Searching the Edgar database. One of the things you will need to do for your company analysis is to look at and evaluate the financial reports from your company. Students in the past have really benefited from doing this financial analysis. A couple of years ago, a student realized that her company's inventory turnover was way below the norm for its industry. She determined that that was a weakness, and her team decided to develop a strategy to improve inventory turnover. The most credible source of financial statements is the Edgar database. Edgar database is the repository of financial statements that publicly owned companies have to submit to the Securities and Exchange Commission. It can be found at www.sec.gov, edgar.shtml. To find your company, click on Search for Company Filings or Company Filings Search. I'm going to search by company name. Sometimes it helps to click on More Options and choose Company Name Contains. Many of these companies have so many holding companies or other filing entities, it helps to get the full list of possibilities. Sometimes it takes a little trial and error to find the right one with current information. You see, if I click on Disney Enterprises Inc., I only get older filings. I'm going to click on Walt Disney Company, and these are current. You can choose any of these reports you want to use. You could use the latest quarterly report or find a 10K for an annual report. The ones with interactive data have Excel documents that you can download, which might make it easier to do some financial calculations. Okay, so what do you do with all this information? You need to somehow determine the company's financial strengths and weaknesses. You could do two things. In fact, you should probably do both. First, you could compare this company to two of its competitors, and you could calculate financial ratios, perhaps over time, to show a trend. So calculate the inventory turnover for each of the last 3 or 5 years to see if there's a trend, and compare to the two competitors. You don't have to calculate every ratio known to man, just choose 5 to 10 key ratios and calculate them for a few years for your company and compare to two competitors. If you don't remember about financial ratios, here's some help. Go to the library's webpage at www.lcse.edu/library. Click on Subject Guides, Business, Accounting and Finance. From here you have two options, either books or websites. I'll start with books. From the drop-down menu under Books, I'll choose Selected Reference Books. Then I'll select the book, Business Ratios and Formulas. This book gives you the formulas and explains what these formulas tell you about the company. I'll go to the table of contents. You can see each chapter covers different aspects of the finances to analyze. Two areas that are commonly analyzed are liquidity and return on investment. Let's just look quickly at the quick ratio, which is a liquidity ratio. It's on page 82. So up here, I'll tell the reader to go to page 82. And there's the information on quick ratio. You can explore that book on your own. I'm going to go back to the subject guide for accounting and finance. Next to websites, there's a drop-down box, and I'll click on accounting sites, then accounting coach. I'll scroll down to the table of contents and select financial ratios. As you page through the instructions on financial ratios, you'll see some calculations and brief explanations of how to interpret the results. If you have specific questions about calculating and interpreting the financial ratios for your company, it's best to go to the pros, your accounting professors in the business division. If you have any questions about accessing any of these resources, contact the library.